Don Westfall back in downtown Mankato, where we're getting set for the post-game show. At least our portion up here is Mr. McCarger making his way back up. Had the opportunity to talk to both Mike Hastings as well as the goal scorer, Dylan Marganeri, where you see goals tonight. There's the one for Campbell. It took Casey Nelson, rather, took a great feed there from Leitner. That was at 8-11, making it 1-0 for Nelson, his 4th of the season. Mavericks took that 1-0 lead into the second, would double it up as Marganeri gets the first of his 3 goals tonight. Nice feed right into the top of the crease here. Marganeri's 5th at the time. Nelson and Bluger assisting at 5:20. But then there's a couple of back-to-back goals. Youngman gets his 1st of the season at 9:10. That made it 2-1. Still Mavericks on top. But then with about 2.5 minutes remaining in the period, Morley just tees up and blasts one in, his 5th of the season, 3rd of the weekend. Parenko on the assist. That was a power play goal, and that made it 2-2 going into the 3rd period of play. Marganeri would come back and somehow, not only controlling the pass from McClure, but riffs it on the backhand, his 6th of the season. Flanagan also assisting on the play. And then McClure cleans up out in front, his 6th of the season at 8:14. That made it 4-2. And then Marganeri and Dan McCarger, as he works back into the discussion there, I will give you credit for the fact that you said Marganeri's going to have the hat trick today.
You could just feel it. You could absolutely feel that it was coming for him, and he was able to get it late. Nice pass by Bluger. You see the summary there, 5-2 Mavericks final score, 24-14 shots on goal. Mavericks 3 for 5 on the power play, Don.
Big number right there, also limiting Alaska to just 1 power play goal in 4 opportunities. That included 3 minutes of what was a major power play in the 3rd after Knowles had gone off with a hit to the head and the contact to the head rather penalty. And so the Mavericks really doing the job. Special teams big tonight. And for the Mavericks, Dylan Marganeri coming through. Obviously, we can sit here all night and potentially speculate and keep the suspense going, but there is no suspense if we move on to our player of the game, and that would be the JBL Real Estate player of the game, and that is going to be one Dylan Marganeri, the junior coming from Greensburg, Pennsylvania. What a night for him. Again, 3 goals on the night, and of course with that kind of performance he's going to get our JBL Real Estate Group player of the game. You can contact Nancy Weekman at 507-382-9212. And you can contact Nancy and everybody else at JBL Real Estate Group. They do the little things that make a big difference. And it was a big difference. You know, the nice thing is for MSU, not only the power play or the hat trick there, that's the 4th hat trick already. You can go 2-3 seasons and sometimes not have a hat trick. That's the 4th one. Also hat tricks on the year for Bluger, Gervais, and Knoll. Mavericks get the big performance there tonight from Marganeri, and the 5-2 win looked pretty special.
Well, sometimes when you see, you get multiple hat tricks, it's the same guy. 4 different guys with hat tricks is even more impressive. But yeah, the Mavericks, they're a very deep team. They're 3-4 lines deep most nights, and they just play very good hockey all the way around. Goaltending was not spectacular tonight by Stefan Williams through the first 2 periods. They pull him. Cole Huggins was just as solid as could be in the 3rd, and that's a good boost for him. And Stefan Williams knows that he'll have a little bit of work this week because Princeton coming up, and we'll see who starts in the net Friday night.
Before we get to that, though, we also have to take a look maybe some of the other out-of-town scores from around the WCHA. And again, the Mavericks with the win, they get the split. They move up a little bit in the standings, but we'll see what else happened around the conference tonight.
Bowling Green shuts out Northern Michigan 5-0. North Dakota leading Superior State 1-0 in the 3rd. Anchorage is leading Bemidji 3-1 in the 2nd. Gophers and Michigan State tied 3-3. Nebraska Omaha over Miami 5-2, and UMD over CC 5-2 in the 3rd.
And before we close it out, our last comment, this is the kind of hockey we could watch this virtually every weekend. This was just a ton of fun. Both games, obviously you'd like to get the sweep, but a 5-4 loss last night. And I think a real testament to the Mavericks, the fact that they come back. It's a game they virtually needed to have here before they close out 2014. They need to get some points and take some positive, and they got that tonight. And again, it wasn't just Marganeri, a great team performance across the board.
Correct. And the thing about it is, you know, after losing last night, it's a nice job to come back and do a good job early tonight. But then you give up that 2-0 lead. So then you have to do it again and show that you're able to do it again. So they showed a lot of perseverance in this game tonight, and they want to make sure that they went out winners in their final game in the conference at home for this this part of the season. Now after Christmas they'll be back home again. But yeah, it's a big victory. Those 2 points get you right where you want to be, and those points add up at the end of the year to what will probably be a conference title.
20 points on the season for the Mavericks right now. We're not even 2015, so the Mavericks continue to keep pace with Michigan Tech. But before we can close out and move out to 2015, again, next weekend, our next broadcast, Dan McCarger, along with Ryan Rintoul, they'll be here Friday night, 7 o'clock, the pregame show, 7:07 our face-off from downtown Mankato. It's the Mavericks in non-conference action. The Mavericks hosting the Princeton Tigers. Dan McCarger and myself, Don Westfall, the rest of the students from Bethany Lutheran College, we thank you for watching this one. It's been a fun weekend of hockey, and as it ends tonight, the Mavericks with the hat trick from Dylan Marganeri, and they get the 5-2 win over Alaska. The Nanooks, who come down, put on a good show, but it's the Mavericks with the win tonight. We thank you for watching. We'll see you next weekend.